Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. For some time, I have some of my friends asking me to share some tips based on my experience on things, so that it will help others on their professional careers and so on. So finally, here's the first video of this series. Hopefully, you like it. So this one, I wanted to give some three tips on how do you take some interviews, like take in the sense like you give the interviews, and particularly given the situation we are in. Uh, this is applicable for all job families, all levels, any point of time. So hopefully, if you are searching for a job, hope you see this and then benefit from this. Tip number one is that do some ice breaking. Uh, uh, Usually the interviewer is supposed to do it, but if they're not doing it, like just make sure you ask some ice breaking questions, crack a joke. It eases up a bit, and then you also want to make sure you provide a good feel to the interviewer talking to you. So just make sure you loosen up the conversation there at the start, and typically like the start. It's the first step. Um, Second one is that don't panic. Uh, uh, Typically, there is an understanding or expectation for everyone that they're supposed to answer all the questions in an interview, but that's not the case. Even when you go to the work, it's not like everything that you do, you know it before. It's all about, hey, you are being challenged upon, or you're hitting a situation where you don't know the answer, and what really matters is that how you are dealing with it. How far you are stretching, how you are trying, or how you're being honest about that you don't know about it. I think that's important. Have a clarity on what's your style and what works for you, and go there. Be straight with your answer, be honest. That will really help. But don't panic. Don't try to make it up, or don't try to beat around the bush, trying to confuse the interviewer, etc. There's a very high possibility that they know that you don't know the answer before they ask you that question, and probably just wanted to see how you react to that situation. So remember that will be like very helpful for you. Uh, third is like passively drive the interview, have an eye on the time, and then like things like, hey, if you're nearing the interview time period, and then if you feel like there are going to be like more questions to answer, keep your answer short. And then if you're reaching the enclosure time, politely ask if you can stretch by 5 minutes or so. uh, and then also when you answer, try to keep it in areas where you feel like there is a mutual interest between you, as kind of expertise with you, and then the interest of the interviewer there. So if you do that, the interview will go the way you like it, in a way, right? Like the subsequent questions will also be in an area where you have expertise on, and it should also be like where they have their interest on. So that's a mutual intersection is must. So I hope these three tips will help any interview anywhere. Just want to share that with you. Uh, Apart from that, like one thing I always recommend is that uh, finalize where you want to go, what kind of job you want, which organization, what role, etc., and then go for it, rather than like trying to apply for all open positions and then see where you want to go. Sometimes your best fit is where you will really shine. So you may go to an organization that may not require the kind of expertise that you have, uh, and you probably won't clear the interview, right? And then that may end up with kind of lack of confidence and other things with you, maybe demotivate you or derail you in a direction of fixture which is not ideal to your career goals, etc. From that perspective, be clear on where you want to go, and then take a route on that. Good luck.